So today I want to show you how Jake works. He is a RealCare Reborn hybrid that I've made, and I've taken the RealCare system out of a RealCare doll and put the system into the doll that I reborned. And he cries for care, so he'll cry for a feeding, a diaper change, a rock, and a burp. And I just want to show you how he works, but first I want to show you what he looks like. He wears about 3-month clothes, 3 to 6 month, and I'll show you the back of him. So he has the feeding sensor behind his lips. And the electronics, the control box is installed back here, and this is where the batteries go, and this is where his diaper sensor velcros on, and then this is where you use the key to give him care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to program him to do a practice mode, which means he's going to cycle through his care events quickly, more quickly than he will once you get him home, because he'll be programmed with a series of schedules that will go continuously once you get him home. So for now, we're just going to do the practice to let them cycle through. When he's programmed for when he goes home, he will, sometimes there's a long time between care events. If you have him turned on for, let's say, a whole day, you may go several hours where he's not crying at all. And then sometimes, depending on what schedule he's on, it'll be more frequent between the care events. Sometimes as little as 10 minutes. It could be less than that, it could be more than that. And then when you're feeding him, once he comes home to you, when he's in his normal simulation, you have to feed him for different periods of time until he makes a coo sound. It can be 10 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, so be prepared for that. But in this mode, he's just going to cycle through pretty quickly, like about 45 seconds per care event, somewhere around there. So I'm going to go ahead and get him programmed. Now he will come home with everything he needs to work. He will not come with the controller. He'll be pre-programmed, and he'll just run through the simulation that's programmed into him. And then at the end of that, there is a procedure to emergency stop and start him, and it'll restart all over again. But in the meantime, when you want him to be inactive, you just take out one or more of the batteries, and then as soon as you put the batteries in, he goes right back into wherever he was in the simulation when you took the battery out. Okay, let me get this programmed. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to lay him down and wait for him to cry for care. And his RealCare system that's in him is a Generation 6, which means when you're feeding him, he does not need to be rocked. You can simply just hold the bottle. Oh, you can just hold the bottle to his lips, or he'll also come with a pacifier that has a magnet in it, which triggers the sensor, the feeding sensor, and he'll come with a silicone putty that you can just stick the pacifier onto his lips, and then he'll continue to think he's taking the bottle. So you don't need to rock him. The generation, so that's the Generation 6. The RealCare 2 Plus and the RealCare 3 dolls require you to actually be rocking the doll while you're feeding them. So in the background, I don't know if you can see, over here on the left side, I have Gracie May. Gracie May is going to have, I believe I'm going to put in her the RealCare 3 system, so she will require to be rocked. Okay, so he's crying for care. So first, you have to ID him. And then this sounds like it's for feeding. And he'll continue to take the bottle until he is done, and then he'll coo. Again, he's on practice mode, so it's not going to be a very long time until he coos. But when... there you go. That's a sweet sound. Okay. So now we'll wait again. And the cries are slightly different depending on what kind of care he needs. So you'll see that as he cycles through. And if you just kind of have to figure it out. And if you pick the wrong type of care, he'll just continue to cry until he gets the right kind of care that he needs. So, like I was saying, I'm going to put the different RealCare system into Gracie May. Let me see if I can pull her forward. She's behind the net right now. Let's see. Kind of see her a little bit. I don't know if you can see her or not. But she is just getting her her varnish layers just curing, her matte varnish. And so she will be done sometime in the next week, depending on how much time I have to work on her. Okay, so he's crying for care again. So first, we need to ID him. Okay, so we'll see if it's a diaper change. Okay, take that off. If he coos when I put this one on, nope, it wasn't a diaper change. Okay, it sounds like it is a burp, which oftentimes after he eats, he will need to burp. And you just pat him like this. And then he just made his little burp sound. Okay, so I'm going to lay him back down. And these diaper inserts, you can see it's like this. And so you can use these with any diaper, any diaper cover, or a disposable diaper if you want. Just snap this here. Just for now. And again, when he cries, you do need to make sure that you ID him. You scan the ID, and that just goes right in his back until you hear that sound, that tone, and then you'll be able to give him the care. If you don't ID him first, then he won't respond to any of the care that you're giving him. Another thing that he will just do randomly is he'll just make a coo sound, and that just, there's nothing you need to do. That's just him making a coo. He can also make a cough sound, and there's nothing you need to do with that. He can also be fussy. The fussy sounds like the similar kind of cry to the one that when he requires that burp. But when you go to scan him, if he's fussy, it won't make a tone. When you put this in the back, it won't make a tone. And so that's how you know if he's just fussy. And all you do is you just have to kind of wait that one out. It'll just him be fussy for a little bit. So these schedules, the care event schedules, were taken from actual newborns. So that's where they get the interval and the length of time and everything. They're actually schedules from newborn babies. And there are several schedules that he'll cycle through that he'll be pre-programmed with. And so it'll be different every day. He won't be the same. He won't be on the same schedule every day. Okay, let's see. He's crying again. We'll go ahead and scan him. Let's see if this one is a diaper. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on. If he makes a coo sound, then it is the diaper. Okay, that was a diaper. A diaper change. Oh, I'll lay him back down. Take that other one off. And so he does have, he has a little belly button and he has a little heart. And he also has the baby powder wafers in his body, so he smells like baby powder. So he should still do the cry for a rock, I believe. He hasn't done that one yet. And this, I just put on a pacifier chain, and you can just clip it onto him so that you have it ready when he cries. For now, I just have it off so that it's out of the way. And he has these really pretty eyes. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but they're multicolor, and they're really beautiful. They're like blues and green, and then a little bit of yellow in the center. They're very pretty. They really catch the light. And he does have painted hair and painted eyebrows. Okay, there's a cry. Okay, so this should be the rock. Oops. Okay. And just and you can hear the sensors inside when you move him around. You can hear them move, because that's how he knows if he's being moved and picked up and held the proper way. And that's his coo. So there's some things that you cannot do with these that they do not like. They don't like to lay on their stomach. If you lay them on their stomach for very long, they will cry. And that's because they were teaching people about how to prevent SIDS. Also, if you hold them upside down, see how he starts to cry? As that's not the proper position. And then he'll stop once you put him the right direction. There's also a rough handling, which I hate to do this one, but I'll do it for demonstration. It's designed so that you're not supposed to mishandle your babies, obviously. So with this, it's if he gets a hard hit. Let's see if I can. I don't like to do it. It makes me sad, but let's see. Okay, see. I hate that. And it's a pretty extreme cry. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. But you just kind of rock him and he will stop eventually, poor thing. So you don't want to mishandle your baby. Yeah. And again, that's what the RealCare dolls were designed to do, to teach people how to care for a real baby. So now he's starting to settle down. I know. I know. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I know. I know. And if you ever have the rough handling event, it may go cycle through once, or it could cycle through more than once. So that's it's always very disturbing. I hate that cry. I hate testing these dolls to make sure that they have all the functionality they're supposed to. But he's all better now. So that's little baby Jake. And he will be at the Yofi Doll Show December 7th and 8th in Orlando. And I will be at table 260. It's Doll Babies by Faith, and I hope to see you there. Oh, he's going to keep cycling through because I didn't turn him off. But we'll go ahead and end the video there.